Yeah, Maria and Ed. So Wakefield is one of just 4 communities in the state that runs their own electric and gas companies. So it's a perfect place to explain the cost Massachusetts is facing if the state truly wants to eliminate greenhouse gas emissions by 2050. Along Oak Street in Wakefield, you can see the strip of new pavement where a new gas main was put in the ground this year. The line stretching 3,000 feet replaced a nearly century-old pipe that had to go.
This gas work cost us $581,000.
Pete Dion, general manager at Wakefield Municipal Gas and Light, says the price tag for the new gas line made sense to him because the alternative was to switch off the gas and electrify the 31 homes here. The cost for the gas work, $581,000, was a third of the price tag to electrify this neighborhood, which Dion says would run $1.8 million in total.
So this is a real number from a project we're working on right now. That project, which is an average size house, is $55,000.
That's $55,000 per house to electrify.
That's installing heat pumps, the electrical upgrades that were required, and replacing the infrastructure that was needed from an installation perspective.
Add in some necessary upgrades to the electric grid, and you see the true cost of what Massachusetts is hoping to accomplish in every neighborhood across the state by 2050. Officially, the state's position is everybody is on electric by 2050. Is that going to happen?
I don't think that's a reasonable goal at this time. I really don't see how we can do it because, again, the cost is 3 times as much to convert everybody over as to replace the gas pipe.
But as we showed you last week, right now gas customers of the big utilities in Massachusetts are paying for both, subsidizing hefty rebates through Mass Save for customers to switch to electric heat and paying nearly $1 billion a year through the state's GSEP program for gas companies to put new pipes in the ground. The cost of GSEP, which stands for Gas System Enhancement Plan, has grown exponentially. It makes up a growing part of those rising gas delivery fees, now the second biggest state program customers pay for after Mass Save. Spending hit $901 million this year, growing 300% in the 10 years since GSEP began. And it comes as the state's official position is to move off gas in 25 years by 2050. Do you understand why customers are frustrated?
Yeah, I do.
As a town-owned utility, Wakefield doesn't take part or pay into either GSEP or Mass Save. But Pete Dion served on the state committee to study GSEP and agrees it should be wound down.
I think it doesn't need to continue forever, but I think in the short term, and what the committee recommended was that we have a retirement date in the reasonable future.
All right, so last week, a new energy bill surfaced on Beacon Hill that would make a number of really big changes to all of this that we've been talking about this year. It would lower the future budget for Mass Save. It would weaken the state's fast approaching 2030 climate goals. We're supposed to be 50% cut in greenhouse gas emissions by 2030, but it is not clear if that bill has support on Beacon Hill. So I'm going to keep following this topic. There's a lot more to come on this. The state does have to make some decisions about which way it wants to go.
Yeah, the customers want to know.
Because they can't pay for everything.
Right, and that was the next thing.
And the flat-out question, is it going to happen 30 years from now? No, according to
some experts. They say it's not attainable now, but we'll see.
All right.
Very
and has our
eye-opening
back.
then. Yep, very eye-opening.